Hi everybody and welcome back to Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. And so last time out basically we found out that this gang Blaze was using powers which are which we think are from the eclipse, so we've got to go investigate and find out what the hell's what the hell's going on with this group. And so that's what we're going to be doing in this part. It's going to be a load of story. So yeah, in this part, basically for this starting point, you basically split up the team. So you basically decide who you end up going with. You can either go with Sora or go with Yuki. Sorry about that. Anyway, it doesn't actually end up changing all that much, because whoever else you pick, you always go to the same places. I think the only thing it changes is kind of basically dialogue options, and I think it also, not to spoil it, but the final section, the cutscene changes depending on if you've got Yuki or Sora in your party. But I've decided to go with Sora. So it's us and Sora, and Yuki has gone off with Asuka. She still doesn't trust us, apparently. For fuck's sake. We know what we're doing. My apologies. So anyway, so our first stop is we're heading to Brick Alley. And that's where we're starting our investigation. So yeah, basically we ran into them here when they were messing with Rion. So since we ran into them here, we're thinking that maybe we can find out if somebody in the local area knows something about whether they've been showing up here more recently. So first place we've got to go to is we've got to talk to Yukino here, who of course gives us our part-time jobs and stuff like that. So yeah, she's recommending us for other jobs because, you know, apparently we work so well, so we're going to be running to the ground apparently. And yeah, so Yukino certainly apparently Yukino already knows all about what we're trying to find out. Yeah, it's kind of I think it's basically explained much later on in the story, but she is more into all this eclipse stuff than she's kind of letting on at this point. And it's just kind of hinted at here, where early on it's just kind of hinted at that she kind of knows what we're kind of investigating and seems to be a few steps ahead of us. So anyway, so yeah, we found out who the name of the leader of the Blaze is. This guy named Akihiro. So I guess we're gonna have to search for this prick. My apologies. Bit of a bad throat today. But anyway, we're now heading to the gallery because we want to talk to Yuki's sister Aoi. See what's going on. So yeah, apparently Yuki's been complaining to his sister about Sora as well, but she's kind of like, it's good for him. Keep fucking doing it, baby. That's pretty much what she's saying here. So yeah, we're asking her whether she's seen any suspicious people hanging around the place. My apologies. So what's going on? Okay, what do you know? So yeah, apparently some of the tourists near the Akros Tower, was it Akros? Yeah, Akros Tower, have been kind of targeted by the Blaze, and basically they've used powers to kind of beat superpowers to kind of beat up the guards who've tried to capture them and that kind of thing. So we have a little bit of a clue as to where they might possibly be coming from. That maybe Across Tower is a place to have a look at. So yeah, they usually don't come around here. I mean, she's been hassled somewhere else, yes. Oh, isn't that fortunate? Talk about good luck that we actually managed to run into Rion here. Yes? Yeah, so she's running off. Doesn't want to deal with any anybody possibly working out who she is. And so we want to... But we're not only going to let her go yet. We need to find out where she was hassled initially by those delinquents. So, come on, tell us. So, Shio is where she first ran into them. Getting harassed in Shio. So yeah, it seems as if Shio is probably going to be the best place for us to go and see what's going on. And so let's see what's going on. Thanks for the info. Thanks for the information, Rion. Couldn't have done it without you. Yeah. Of course I will. Speaking of Arai. And I like how Kou here is, you know, he doesn't he's quick to pick it up and doesn't quite let it go here, where he's like where he's just like, you know, worried about her. You know, you can't go to that kind of shady places. And she's kind of like, of course I'm not doing that kind of thing. I just go to a karaoke bar to practice my singing. And she's off again. So yeah. And the sorry, the stuff that, about her kind of going to Shio in secret. That kind of plays into chapter. The next chapter, I think it's chapter 5. Yes, it's chapter 5. So yeah, the next chapter. And so Sora's kind of making a big assumption about Kou's and Rion's relationship there. But anyway, time to move on. So yeah, that's where we need to go next. We need to head off to Shio to kind of talk, to see if we can find out any more information about where the Blaze guys kind of hang out. So let's see if we can get any information on them. By the way, I do apologise. There was a bit some skipping there. Don't understand why, but whatever. Yeah, there's a few guys we can talk to. First guy we want to talk to is this blonde dude who's just wandering about. So he doesn't know. He knows about where the dance club are. And they go to the arcade from time to time. So why don't we ask in there? Okay, cool. So that's where we're gonna have to go next. Arcade next, baby. I mean, never mind. Trying to act all hard. So anyway, let's head into the sorry, my throat's like shit. Okay, so we're now heading into the arcade, and you just got to talk to the main kind of receptionist here, or the girl at the front desk. I don't know if technically a receptionist, but whatever. And so we're trying to find out what the fuck's going on. And so we talk to her and we find out that next door there is a club called Gemini, which is where these guys kind of hang out all the time. So yeah, that means we've got to head down this way and talk to them and see if we can find out what's going on. Here we go. Introduction of another new character. I think... Did we meet him? I think this is the first time we meet him. Yeah, he doesn't have a name yet. So this is the first time we meet him. So yeah. This guy's design I actually really like, but it's very reminiscent of the main character of... what's the game series? The Yakuza series, made by Sega. So, can you tell from that who this guy is? Yeah, he's pretty much that. But we don't have... we don't find out about that just yet. What? You know me? You shouldn't know me. So yeah, apparently seems to know about us a little bit, which is kind of odd considering we never met him before, but there you go. So yeah, he's going to be a bit part player in this part of the chapter. And yeah, they kind of say here that they think that he's a member of the Yakuza, which is... yes, that's fucking true. But anyway. So now we've got to head to the Gemini, the club where the Blaze hang out. So yeah, if you don't... because at the end of this, I think you're forced to go into the Eclipse by the end of this gameplay section, so they want you to get sorted out with new new gear if you need it, that kind of shit, so you don't go into it unprepared. So yeah, this is the dance club that the Blaze members hang out at. So we've got to head in there and find out some information from them. I think we actually come back to this place later as well. This is like the initial kind of visit. So yeah. But it is a good point, by the way. They didn't really do a good job here because they're both in their school uniform. And we're about to go into a dance club. This, it's probably not a good idea for us to go in. But Kou's I like that because it does kind of show off his kind of sense of decency and wanting to protect Sora. So he does end up conceding, and that's some dancing, and letting her go in with him. Which no spoilers yet, but it could be a bit of an error. But we'll see. So yeah, we've got to hang out and come in here and find out what's going on. I think there's... I'm trying to remember. I think there's 3 sets of people you got to talk to in the club to get the information that's necessary. So yeah, let's stay away from the Blaze, and we'll just try and find out any information that we can. So yeah, first person you want to talk to is this couple. Yeah, so this is apparently stuff is going well around here lately because of Akihiro. Now what you want to talk about here is you want to talk about Akihiro's deeds. Basically all of them have a specific... All three of the people that you talk to in this section, they have a specific thing that you want to ask them about. If you ask them about all three and get all three kind of correct, one, you get all the information necessary to continue the plot, but it also increases your wisdom each time by a little bit, so it's kind of useful to get it. But anyway, so we find out that Akihiro is basically been the head of the Blaze, and he's kind of the reason why they've kind of become more awesome. You know what I mean? Like why the area around here has become so much stronger. Yeah, but so apparently the Blaze was a more respectable group a little while ago, about a year and a half ago, when they were led by this guy Kazuma and somebody else, his kind of second in command. But both of them kind of disappeared off into the distance about a year and a half ago, so apparently the Blaze had been set up sorry, with Akihiro kind of coming, you know, bringing it back. And we get some more information from this dude as well. So yeah, we've got all the information we need. So yeah, all we could pretty much been able to gather is that the leader of the group, the new leader of the group, Akihiro, seems to know something. So let's just bugger off out of here, and we'll go report all this stuff back to Asuka. Sorry, we'll do all these people to Asuka and Yuki. But of course we can't catch a fucking break. We end up bumping into the guys that we kind of partially beat up last night to stop, you know, stop them from hitting on Rion. Of course they don't fucking learn, now they're starting to hit on Sora. Yeah, which could be a mistake. Sora could end up breaking their arms and throwing them through a table. She knows what she's doing. To be honest, like, what Sora's doing here is kind of dumb. Antagonizing them. You know, like Kou here says, you shouldn't really provoke them, but to be honest, from a personal point of view, I think I do like Sora's dialogue here, where she's kind of like he's not walking on the stairs. He kind of has some really cool. She kind of has some really cool dialogue there, kind of like, I don't usually fight rank amateurs, but I'll make an exception for you in your case, unless you let us through. You know, it's that kind of thing. I really like it. And look who it is. Shio's back again to save our ass. And of course, Akihiro isn't here. You might remember in a couple of parts ago, Akihiro wanted to meet up with Shio again to try and get, you know, have a little chat with him, shall we say, after he stopped these two from beating up June. So the fact that he's not here is probably a good thing at this moment in time. It could have gone badly. But anyway. Sora's so calm, just like, excuse us, for God's sake. This is beneath me. But anyway, thanks to Shio, we've been saved from getting our asses kicked by the Blaze. But that's going to be it for this part. Join me next time for the next part of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, when we'll be continuing with the story, trying to get the information back that we've acquired back to Asuka and Yuki, and we're probably going to have to deal with Shio a little bit. So, join me next time for the next part of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. See you next time.